Well, another week and another disappointing loss for the New England Patriots. Harrison Graham here from Chat Sports, here to break it all down. We're bringing our Patriot superfan Rolly as well to dive into some of the top topics coming out of this game. But Washington gets it done at 20-17. Definitely an uneven game. It was very up and down. Neither team played super well. Definitely not New England, but at the end of the day, the Commanders were just a little bit better. And sometimes you can dumb it down to which quarterback was consistently better throughout this game, and I thought that was Sam Howell. He had that interception late in the first half, which was a huge momentum shift for New England, but they just could not build off that. Mac Jones, 24-44. That's just not cutting it in this league. Lots of discussions that are going to have to be had there. Rolly, what stands out to you more than anything else when you break down this 20-17 loss? To me, you hold the team to 20 points, you should win that game.
Listen, I was telling you this before we came on and started filming. I think the biggest takeaway to me is how bad this Patriots offense is. And it's truly nothing that we didn't know as Patriots fans already, right? Like, we knew the offense was not that good in comparison to the defense, but the Commanders' offense has been humming as of late. They've been able to move the ball. They've been able to score. They have weapons. The L-line stinks for them, but they have other pieces at wide receiver, and Sam Howell can really push the ball down the field for Washington. But you hold that team to 20 points. If you told me that the Patriots were going to hold Washington to 20 points before the game started, I would have said, okay, sign me up for that, and let me trust the offense could get to 20 or more points, and they simply couldn't. They were stuck on 17 points for nearly the entire second half. This offense, man, whether it be just the wide receivers or Mac Jones, which we'll dive into more here in a second, it's just horrific.
I mean, think about this, too. The Commanders' defense has already struggled most of this year, and they traded arguably their two of their top 4 or 5 defensive players in Montez Sweat to Chicago and obviously Chase Young to San Francisco, and you still can't scratch 20 points. I mean, that's a disappointing effort for New England. They certainly have plenty of chances to win this game, and obviously now you're 2-7. I mean, I think we knew the season was kind of down the drain anyway, but you can't lose a 50-50 game like this against Washington if you want any chance of getting back into the playoff picture. So that's now dead. And now you're just left with questions of, okay, what do you do the rest of the season? What does the offseason look like, both coaching and player personnel-wise, quarterback? Lots of things to discuss, which we, of course, will do here on this channel, starting with this video, but moving forward as well. Give us your one-word reaction to this loss today against the Washington Commanders. Let us know in the comments. I think my one word is just you're not stunned anymore. It's like it just like it goes to show that like it really is a new time in New England. Like they did not lose games like this under Tom Brady. I mean, even Mac's rookie year, this is the type of game they would have won, and they just can't get over the hump right now. And Rolly again, I mean, 24-44, 220. I mean, when you have 40-plus completions and you're completing less than 25, I mean, it's just not good enough, man. I mean, that's barely over 50%. Not only that, Rolly, 44 attempts, 220 yards. That YPA is not where you need it to be. And part of that is you just don't have a ton of playmakers, but it's tough. Jalen Reagor dropping a ball downfield, that doesn't help either.
I mean, it was just head to toe a complete disaster. And I did have some optimism that former second-round pick Tyquan Thornton, maybe he was going to get some more PT, which he did get more playing time, but he wasn't able to make anything of it. He did have a wide open on the first possession of the game for New England, 4th and 3. He had a good corner route where he used the space, used his speed, used leverage to break free. He broke open, and Mac Jones flat out missed him. You can't really blame that on the wide receiver when he was wide open, a really good route from Thornton. And Mac Jones was asked in the postgame about that play, and he just said, yeah, I got great protection, which the protection was fantastic on that specific play. His feet were set, nobody contesting his throw, and he just missed a wide open Thornton. I know he hasn't gotten a lot of work with Thornton over the year because he's been injured and he hasn't been in that starting wide receiver group, but any above average or even average quarterback in the NFL, I don't care if you haven't worked with a wide receiver at all, he's hitting someone that's that wide open. It just goes back to Mac just regressing year after year after year. I don't know how it's possible, but he's legitimately regressed every single year since his rookie season.
I think the one thing that stands out to me with Mac Jones' role is like his player profile coming out was like, okay, he doesn't have the strongest arm. He's not the best athlete, but he's pretty damn accurate. He gets the ball out on time. He doesn't do those things anymore. Like, he misses throws. He's late a lot. We talked about that pick last week up the left sideline. It's a week late. I mean, you cannot throw it when he threw it. And, like, that was the one thing his rookie year. It's like, you evaluate. It's like, okay, like, this guy, if he plays on time, like, he can be, maybe not a top 10 guy in this league, but he can be an above average starting quarterback. And we just have not seen that consistently. Look, and I get it's hard. Different play callers. Offensive line hasn't been great. The receivers haven't been great. But, like, the one strength he had consistently his rookie year and coming out of college was like, all right, he is an accurate thrower of the football. He throws on time and with anticipation. That you're not seeing that anymore, and that is concerning, regardless of the other issues around him. I think Demario Douglas continues to do some good things. He's a bright spot. Juju was okay today, although he had a brutal drop. Ramondre Stevenson should not be one of your top receivers in a game. So it's tough sledding right now, man. And I don't know where you turn from here. I mean, I think you keep playing Mac the rest of the season. You don't really have a young developmental guy worth evaluating. Like, to me, like Bailey Zappi, like, that's not the answer. But at the same time, I think the more you really evaluate this, the more it looks like you're going to be drafting a quarterback. Although, even right now, the Patriots aren't in the top 2, despite being 2-7. More thoughts on that tomorrow, probably. Okay, Prize Picks, today's sponsor of our post-game show. And guys, Prize Picks is the way to spice up your game day experience, especially if you are a fan of a team like the Patriots, obviously, where, okay, the Patriots aren't very good this year, but I can still have fun on my NFL Sunday by putting some money down on some Prize Picks entries. You pick anywhere from 2 to 6 players, and if they will go for more or less than their Prize Picks projection. I cashed in today. I got the less on DJ Moore, more on Cole Kmet and Alvin Kamara with their receiving yards there. 10 to win $50. Your boy made $40 on that entry. You can too. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use our code CLNS. It's not you against other players. It's just you versus the Prize Picks projections. Get started today. It is Prize Picks, the best daily fantasy sports game that exists. Okay, 20-17 Commanders. I think we got to talk about this cornerback situation, Rolly. There's a lot of what the hell's going on. Jeff Howe just put out a tweet, but catch us up on the Jack Jones, J.C. Jackson situation.
Yeah, so if you're just seeing this, Jack Jones did not play the entire first quarter for the Patriots defense after returning from injury. He was part of the Patriots corner room on the boundary, and he was, I thought, doing a decent enough job, at least better than Miles Bryant and Sean Wade. And then obviously the trade, J.C. Jackson came in. He didn't play the first 2 drives of the game, and Patriots fans were wondering, well, why was Jack Jones basically benched the first quarter, and why was J.C. Jackson benched the first couple drives after both of them have been playing a lot and been starting lately? Well, it didn't get any clearer in the postgame because J.C. Jackson and Jack Jones both did not speak to the media after the loss. Jack Jones left the building relatively quickly. I mean, he posted an IG story 30 minutes after the game of himself in a car, so he dipped out,
He got out of
real
there
early. And like you mentioned with Jeff Howe, he said per source that the 2 were benched due to recent performance issues, which to me is like, I don't know how you can say performance issues because I thought the Patriots defense has played well lately. And I think for given the circumstances, J.C. Jackson coming over from the Chargers, where he got that massive deal, back home to New England, he's played relatively well. And against a really good wide receiver room in Washington with McLaurin, Jahan Dotson, De'Ami Brown makes some plays at times. But I just don't know how you could bench them. And they played pretty much the entire second half.
Here's my deal too, Rolly. Okay, performance issues, you want to bench them, cool, no problem. Why did you go back to them then? Like,
exactly.
If it's performance-based, that's a cover story.
That's what I feel like.
I think they broke curfew or something last night. I don't know. Like, that's speculation. But, like, to your point, they've been playing at least adequate football at corner.
Better than Sean Wade.
It's not. Yeah, Sean Wade should not be on an NFL roster. And performance issues, I just that doesn't add up to me. And
listen,
again, if it is performance-based, then why are you bringing them back in?
Right, and I don't want to speculate anything because I don't want to, like, make them seem like they did something wrong if they didn't. But let's just call a spade a spade. Jack Jones has a history. J.C. Jackson has a history. It makes me feel like we're being lied to right now.
Well, and we know Belichick does this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, Jonas Gray, the infamous Jonas Gray story, where he rushes for 200 yards and 4 touchdowns, sleeps through an alarm, misses a practice, and basically is exiled.
Yeah.
Like we've seen this stuff before, where Belichick, is a disciplinarian, where he will bench you if you do something he doesn't like. So I don't know if that's what happened here, but it feels off to me.
Yeah, we'll break it down more throughout the week, so make sure you do subscribe and bring the latest Patriots rumors as well. It might be fully time to look at the tank and look at those 2 quarterbacks, because Caleb Williams, Drake Maye, they look like they're the real deal, and Mac unfortunately doesn't look like it's it. So got to ask you this question.
Yeah, what do you guys think? Should the Patriots tank from now on? I know that's weird to hear as a Patriots fan. Why for yes and for no, but I mean, Daniel Jones got hurt again today for the Giants. It's very possible they go into full tank mode. The Bears lost again. They've got Carolina's pick as well. They could be in tank mode. Arizona, we'll see how long they hold Kyler Murray out. They're 1-8. I mean, it's going to be a crowded race, and it could be one of those things where if you get to 4 wins or more, you're probably not getting a top 2 pick. Like, you can maybe win one more game and have a chance at a top 2 selection. And as much as it sucks, if you're New England, like, if you can get one of these quarterbacks and kind of fast track a rebuild, that could change things very quickly for 2024 and beyond. So let us know. Be sure to hit the subscribe button as well. Rolly and I will be back tomorrow for more Patriots news, rumors, and reaction on Overreaction Monday. So stay tuned. We'll see you.